Hi guys, I'm here with my favorite guy, Yap, King Burst, for the second time this year. I'm excited. It's been a while that this chat was in the making, and I'm really happy to finally have this 5 minutes or 10 minutes of his time out of his busy schedule. I wake him up out of his bed very early, and I really appreciate it for him being part of the blog and share some of his moments with us from last year when he won the crown the first time and a repetition of this year. So tell me, King, tell me, Yap it to me.
Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. For you, I'll get over the bed.
Thank you. So tell me.
Well,
How was it that first time, that first momentum? Because we didn't talk after that,
Yeah.
but of course, because you just escalated on that level that nobody saw it coming. Okay, you won, you had the crown, and then King just rushed to the crowd.
well, it was a blessing. I mean, it's something that I guess we've been working for, our entire life. Sometimes, but every point that you are in your life, believe me, you've been working for it from the time that you're born, all the little steps, you know what I mean? But it was a great moment last year, finally captivating the crown, and then doors just began to open up. And since last year, June, been on a plane every month, multiple destinations, performances across the globe, and I really can't complain, just adding to the experience, adding to the catalog. And of course, this year, had to elevate because all the performers
Just step up the
brought
game.
the A+ games.
sir.
So I was like, okay, what we gotta do? And just creating great songs. It starts with that. Number two, it starts with the people, the support, of course. And once the people get behind of it, and the people make the hits. You can make a great song, but if the people don't vibe
jump
to
into
it
it.
and jump into it and make it their own, then it's just a song.
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you. When I saw you, I mean, we've been friends and partners and collaborate in different, platforms from corporate to entertainment and, etc. different formats. But when I saw you on that Miami Carnival poster, and that came out, I was like, wow, look at that 37 square miles of representation for soca, for Somati, for our own.
Definitely.
I felt an immense pride. I couldn't, I really can't describe it, but I know you've been working so hard towards those type of momentum of sharing stages with such great people, great other artists, then experience, not even so much that you actually are being acknowledged for your music, but you actually have the stage with those other great musicians that you've been looking forward to collaborate with. So I cannot imagine what that really was for you in terms of building that momentum. And of course, moving forward, you went to Tola, like you said, you went Trinidad, you had experience there. So I mean, like, I was seriously just amazed by the fact that you remain humble through it all. How do you do it? Because that's another thing. How do you stay grounded? You have to stay grounded at some point in time in order to continue that type of focus that you have.
Well, definitely. Well, it's the type of person that I am, I mean, no matter what, the universe and God opens up and brings my way, I'll always be appreciative of it, but I always remember where you come from. I always remember to keep it real with the people that you start with the first person that believed in you when nobody else believed in you.
Correct.
You got to stay true and as real as ever with that person from day one. No matter where I go, no matter who you are, you hail me on the road. I couldn't know you from a can of paint in the store. You understand? And you say, hey boss, what's up? I say, hey, what's
It's
up?
true.
How's your
It's
family?
true.
How is this? How is that? And some people turn around and say, but you know that person? Like, nah,
I don't have to.
I don't have to. They show me love, and I have that responsibility to show love back, and that's how I stay grounded, I stay humble, and that's why the world will continue to open doors for those people that stay humble, that stay true, and be kind to people because today, tomorrow, it could all be gone.
Correct. One of the things that being in the industry and talking to people, one of the things that people said during this kind of a season was that they didn't know if you were going to be able to bring it back like last year because he was busy with so many things prior to Carnival, and they were skeptical. They were like, he might be tired, he might not be focused, he might not, but they don't understand that once Burst jump on that stage, and I told them that night, I said, I'm yapping. I said, but I know when he jump on that stage, he's going to transform. And I think that is the magic that happens with you. Once you reach on that zone of performance, you're going to give it your all.
Definitely.
And that's exactly what happened this year as well.
Definitely. I mean, even me, sometimes you're like, boy, I know everybody else is working extra hard, and I'm working hard too, but now I'm working smarter. Like last year, everybody would say, well, you put on weight. I said, yeah, well, life is good, love is good. I can't complain. You know, but like last year I was in the gym. I was like, everything was
Pumping
like,
up, focus.
you know,
Had
on
one-
that. Of course, this year now, from last year to this year now, you know, the trips, the this, the that, different opportunities, different business ventures as well, because you know you have to expand
Of
not
course.
only as an artist but as an entrepreneur.
Of
And
course.
you know, so the focus was a little shifted, but when it came down to showtime, you're like, all right, let's refocus, let's do what we gotta do. We already know how to perform. You know, now let's deliver. Now let's create something that people will never forget. You know, create a memorable experience for the people on stage and the viewers as well. And that's what we went out and we did.
That consistency, because that is something as an artist that sometimes it's hard. You know that St. Martin crowd is one of the hardest crowd.
One of the
Please.
toughest.
One of the toughest. We know that across the board. We've heard that from international artists. So when you get people to move and to jump to your saying, and you see, and you could record that in your memory and see that back. I mean, that have to be an extreme immense feeling of saying, you know, I have done my part. I'm busy doing my part. I'm busy. I'm not done, but I'm building. So if I had to say, tell me in three words that describe you or that keep you motivated. 3 words. Summarize it for me.
Three words. It's tough, eh?
Yeah, 3. I just need 3. Not a sentence. I just
So
need
it
3.
just needs 3 words. All right. Humble. And I mean, I will start with that. Energetic and passionate.
Passionate. That's a very, 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 very
I would put
important
that,
one.
definitely.
Not that the other 2 are not,
Yeah.
but passionate. Once you have passion about something that you do, you are going to put your 250% out to it, and people are going to see that. And I think that is what people have seen. I mean, I remember from the first CD that you take out, you know, when you were selling on your backpacks, when you were
Yeah.
there hustling. I have those memories of you.
Yeah.
You understand? So I could imagine that it has not been an easy journey.
No.
And people think that success happens overnight. And success, we all know, is a journey. It takes time. You have to build on it. You have to build on that momentum. You have to grasp the opportunities. Sometimes we have to readjust our life.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. As you say, readjusting. I mean, because those days when I used to sell CDs out of the backpack, I was actually doing rap and hip hop.
Yes,
You know, standing
yes.
up at the head of town on back street there, selling CDs for $5 and basically begging people to like, yo, man, you know, hustling.
Yeah,
I was really out
hustling.
there hustling. You know, and from that to now, you know, made the transition over to soca. It was a calling. You know, as I say, as you said, success is a journey. Sometimes you have to. You think that you're going one way and then you gotta just turn left or turn right, and you'll find like, oh wow, I turned onto the right road.
No,
You know?
I'm going to be very honest with you and say that I didn't see you as a soca artist.
I didn't see myself at first.
You know, I was like, how did that transition happen? So tell me, at which part in your career you saw that soca was where your heart was all the time? I mean, music, so is so
Yeah,
inclined.
yeah.
We knew that music was there from the get-go.
Yeah,
but
well-
that it was soca that actually was hiding and needed to come out.
Yeah, well, like when I used to work on PJD2, you know, I used to do the afternoon program, and every time I would go into the soca and zouk segment of the show, especially the soca, my feet would never stop moving. I was like, ooh, I love this soca, but you know,
You keep to your genre.
yeah, keep to my genre, you know, the tough guy, whatever, you know, whoop-de-woo, you know, running in the streets and all of that type of, you get caught up in that type of lifestyle. And then still used to do 1 or 2 little soca songs. You know, our good friend Valeska,
Yeah.
she was one of the first to ever, I remember she did one of my first soca songs. I had a song named Charge Up and Ready.
Yeah.
She sprayed a shirt with that song, you know?
Yeah, we've been there a while.
Yeah, I did Omari Ferrari produced Charge Up and Ready. He produced Party Atmosphere for me. And those 2 songs, basically they went relatively unnoticed.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I also did one of the songs for I think it was 2013 for the Carnival.
Yeah, I remember that
Carnival
one.
Back, Carnival Back Again.
Yeah.
Those songs went unnoticed. When I did Getting On Bad Now, that's when things, everybody was like, what's
What?
going
He
on?
have that in him?
Yeah, and then my good friend G Money, he was like, you know, I'm gonna be real with you. You're good with the hip hop and everything, but when you do the soca,
Yeah,
something
soul.
else comes out of you. And I'm the type of person, like, if you tell me something that's constructive for me, I will go back home and I will sit and I will think about it over and over and I say, you know what, you're right. And I'm just that type of person. I like to listen to constructive criticism.
Which is very important as an
very-
artist, as an entrepreneur. You have to be able to take that,
superbly
the
important.
good and the bad, and then kind of like incorporate it
Yeah.
into what you want to see yourself develop or change or grow or
Exactly.
whatever have you. And I could imagine that from being from hip hop to soca, it
Yeah.
was a big transition, and other
Yeah.
people probably said he's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? Because
Well-
you know you get that feedback as well.
You know, before we even get into that, when he told me about the soca vibe, you know, that it things, I was even at that point in a transition in my life was like, I no longer want to be a link in the hip hop chain because hip hop is so much about vanity, about degrading women,
Violence.
about violence. I'm like, I have a son now. Um,
You want to be a role model?
Want to be a role model. Not only that, I'm tired of speaking the same story. Basically, yes, a story of struggle, but when are we going to talk about something positive, about something, to uplift the people? And I was like, you know what? Nobody comes to soca and leaves angry.
No.
Nobody comes to a soca party and leaves upset. They leave happy. They leave, jolly. They want to wine on a bumper. You know what I mean? And what I want to do with the soca is take it to new heights as well. Not that to say they haven't had artists that have been doing it in terms of singing other songs, not always just about the jumping up, the drinking, and the partying, but songs like Father Help Me Please.
Yeah, substance.
Exactly. I speak about the story of being in a place of struggle and, asking the Lord to, give me strength, to guide me. So songs of that nature as well. So in terms of dealing with the people now, that was like, boy, a lot of people come to me, boy, what you doing with this soca thing? Especially, a lot of the dudes, a lot of dudes, in the streets and stuff like that, boy, the hip hop and thing, and even they became believers of the soca. When they seen the vibe on the stage and how it transcends, and now my fan base was this small. When I did soca, it became this way. They were from little kids to the senior citizens.
My son sings to your song, so they know who's King Verse. He knows who's King Verse, and it's important for me to know who's King Verse because you are of the soil.
Definitely.
You understand? So I me, I've always supported our own whenever I can, however I can. So it's important for our children to realize that we have our own kings and queens here that we can look up to, our own models, our own role models, our own positive people. You do a lot of motivation. I see you with the kids as well, in the schools and parts of workshop. That is important, giving back.
That is definitely
giving back.
That is definitely important for me because, you want the next generation to have something. You know what I mean? To be able to say, yo, King Voss came to my school, he speak to me, he told me his story of struggle, he told me his story of where he came from, because when I tell people my story, dealing with an alcoholic father, dealing with basically,
that social aspect of your life.
Yeah, social aspect of my life, you know what I mean? Being out there, being one of the rude boys, and then, being out in the streets and not having a positive role model to say, yo, you don't have to do that, you could do this, you could do that. I want to be there for them. Like nobody was there for me.
And that is awesome. That is something that is commendable, and I wish that more people will jump on that train and do it more often. I too do it whenever I can. I go and I speak to teenagers, to girls, to young ladies, because there's a struggle. We need more positive more positive influences to our kids as we move, as we grow along, as we grow as a country. It's very important for us to realize that our kids are very observant. They are not the children of 20 years ago. No. They are fast developing. Their mind, their analytical minds are totally different. And I know that for you having a son, being a father, that is one of the key things that you would want to see, of course, in our country.
And what we mustn't forget too is that we was young.
Yes.
And a lot of kids they feel like you just born big.
Yeah.
And that's why I love to go to the schools and talk to kids because I don't sugarcoat nothing.
Raw.
I ain't coming to tell you, be a good boy, be in school, I'm gonna give it to you raw. I'm gonna tell you the real facts because you need to listen to it in your language, in your terms. Because if somebody had given it to me raw, I would have been like, "Aye."
It would have been easier for you to grasp.
It would have resonated a little more than you have somebody coming in a suit and all proper all the time. Nothing wrong with that, but I ain't trying to listen to that. When I show up at the school, I got my tattoos. I've just
You're real.
I'm just comfortable. I just real. I ain't coming there suit up to talk down to you. I'm coming to uplift you, to talk to you, and try to get you, to raise your mentality and, inspire you to do great things.
Uplifting. That is the key, and I think that is where we want to go across the board with many of our youth and programs. But I want to talk a little bit, just before we finish it up, about Pure Soca. How you've taken to Pure Soca, you've just taken over that phenomenon.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Pure Soca, I had that it's now going up in 2 years, in August. 2 years we're doing Pure Soca. Already. And I had that idea maybe it's going 2 years, 3 years prior, so it's 5 years ago. I had that idea, I was like, yo, I wonder if we could do a party where we just play soca music alone. Because again, going through the transition, and the cleansing of the mind, I would say, and just being in a club and standing up and watching everybody angry, the people in VIP looking down, like I'm the, high and mighty up here because I'm in VIP.
Yeah.
I mean,
the same music
40 people in VIP and 5 people paying for the whole VIP. Same music, the type of violent music sometimes that, insinuates anger and when you hear a song, oh, throw them bows, or you want your elbows.
Yeah.
It's like, tired of that. I used to MC shows in the clubs, and it used to be like the room used to stop. I used to observe everybody, and the only people having fun is the 10, you know.
The 10 ones there.
Yeah, the 10 tourists.
The 10 tourists
that are in the building, having a blast in their own zone. Everybody else just
watching each other.
Watching each other. You know, don't touch my shoes, don't touch it. So I was like, create something people come have fun. So I had a couple DJs was like, I ain't gonna walk. So I hooked up my boy DJ Vibes, got another DJ. We did the first one at Club 747. It was a major success. It was like, yo, we gotta do this every month. And since then, that has also helped the music tremendously because the DJs play our music in the club. You know, it now has become to the point. I remember we had a party back in February, and the DJ was playing everything under the sun from international soca artists, and the people was just there. Like, okay, it wasn't until he started playing that St. Martin soca music that the crowd turned up, and I was like, me and my boy Skelly, we was like, yo,
we come a long way. Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
We still got a ways to go, but we could say, yo, check that out.
Yeah.
We people that's vibe to we music. Because I always say some people don't support their own. I like to say some people don't support mediocre things. You know what I mean? We have a certain standard. Yeah, we have a certain standard. Rightfully so. I mean, look around. Look at St. Martin. Look at what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Multicultural, 37 square miles. People don't realize how small it is. You know,
until you tell them.
Until you tell them. Yeah. And you go to places and it's big and, you know, they are a certain way and it's like, you know, you want to come back home. 2-3 days in the next man country, I'm like, yo, I'm going back home. And I love
Paradise, 37
I love countries around the world.
Yeah, me too.
But St. Martin is home.
It's something about home. You still miss that little piece of paradise. I lived in Europe 7 years and I couldn't wait to come home.
Yeah.
I still cannot understand how you just do 12, 15 years outside of St. Martin. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I came back home because I'm an island girl at heart.
And the beauty is, like, for example, you know, the Dutch, it's really two different sides of the island. The Dutch side is more hustle and bustle. You got to move, boom, 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 boom. French side, a little more laid back. You know, a little more.
It has more European characteristics.
A little more European, and you can still get away a little more on the French side.
Yes.
So it's like, yo, I can't.
So your French side is actually like our own local getaway. Because actually, if you want to hide a little bit, you just touch up on the French side.
Yeah.
You could
what's funny, my good friend Omari Ferrari, he's now been living in St. Martin for the past, basically about 7 years he's been here. He came to St. Martin, the first time he was like, yo, I got to come back. And when he came back, he was like, I love this place, I'm going to move.
Done.
And then that's when we had the radio show and everything of that nature. You know, he's now doing great things and he's like, this place is great, this place is amazing. And he showed me a beach that I never knew about on the French side.
Right here.
Right here. I was like, I can't believe this.
Wow. The moment we just brag our island, we don't know it. We don't enjoy it actually as much as we should.
That's the thing, we're too busy.
We're too busy. But I want to just ask you this one last thing before we wrap it up. What is next for Verse?
Well,
what is next?
You know,
what's in the pipeline?
Yeah, upcoming we got Tortola again. We're going to Tortola. You know, last year we managed to walk away with the best performance trophy. This year, you know, we're just going back. I do it for the fun. And people got to remember that competitions and everything like that, I don't take them so serious. Had I lost during the Soca Rumble event, it wouldn't have been like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. It helps in terms of, you know, you have that second title or first title to begin with. It helps in terms of like when you go and you represent somewhere and they introduce you, yo, this is the Soca King of St. Martin, etc., etc.
Your bookings, your rep, etc.
It helps. I won't say it doesn't help, but it's not. It shouldn't be any artist's focus, because if you just focus on that, you're gonna limit yourself.
Yeah.
Your music still has to be on point, and your performance overall on stage has to be on point. There are many artists that came up from Trinidad that never even did the competition, and they're big. You know?
Wow.
In terms of that, so with Totola again, you know, Sabre the second home already called already. We got some stuff lining up for Holland, London Carnival, of course, Miami Carnival. We're definitely going back again. And later on in the year, Trinidad, we're gonna, you know, do that circuit again. So you know, just continuing to push. You know, focus on the album right now. It's called Universal. Putting on the final touches on that. And you know, just pushing.
So when you project that is going to be done, the album?
Well, all the songs are pretty much done. You know what I mean? Just doing the little touch-ups with mastering and so forth. And, you know, maybe I'm trying to pick a date right now, somewhere between October and November, somewhere around there, trying to push it. Because I don't want to bring it out during Carnival. As I tell people, I'm not just about Carnival.
You want to be all year round.
Exactly.
Of course. Now, Verse, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of Correct Creative Style blog and giving me this 15 minutes. I said 10, but we extended it. There was so much that we wanted to share with you guys. And I really, really want to wish you the best out of my heart.
Thank you so much.
So much good.
Appreciate
you know, blessings and keep pushing.
Likewise, and congratulations to you on your blog as well.
Thank you. Bye, guys.